student just came in the fucking Zoom call for some reason.
In the waiting room?
Yeah, I don't know why though.
So you need two different rooms for that.
We are live.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Yeah, I think there was a miscommunication.
You know your camera's off.
I did not.
No. Perfect.
All right.
I am excited. I am excited, bike.
Dude, I'm excited. I'm excited to do this BABYMETAL reaction. I'm excited to hear about your NEMOPHILA show.
I'm so excited to listen to Rise too. Like I went to the show thinking, oh my God, they're going to play the new song. And that's going to be the first time that I heard it. And I didn't even get to like listen to it yet. And then they didn't play the song. And I was like, oh, nice. Okay.
Interesting. I wonder if they did that on purpose. Like they didn't want it to be the first time or something.
Well, somebody brought to my attention, and I feel like an idiot for this, it's the fact that it's the Seize the Fate tour. So they only played songs off of Seize the Fate.
Holy shit, I didn't even realize. No, they played Dissension. Wait. Is that... Yeah, they did on my show.
I try to remember.
Yeah, they played Revive too. They played Revive too.
They did play Revive? Okay, never mind. But, I mean, Seize the Fate tour, I don't know. But anyways.
Maybe they just weren't ready for it.
The clip where Haraguchi-san was playing the Super Mario, the underwater theme, that was awesome.
It was. Welcome to the Guys You Guys podcast, where we talk about Japanese music news and other music related things, but this is going to be a little different. We're going to react to BABYMETAL, Mirror Mirror, and we're going to react to NEMOPHILA Rise. Now, Wave and I have heard both the songs, but Champ, brand new to all this.
You wouldn't know it because YouTube blocked my videos in every country besides Japan.
Yeah. So if you guys want to see Wave's reaction, you might have to watch this one.
Yeah. I did post them publicly for free. You don't have to sign up over on my Patreon if you want to see them now. But
there you go.
Yeah, you don't have to sign up to Patreon. They're just publicly available over there.
Generous way of being generous today.
Awesome. That's a good idea to just do it like that. I was just giving people the link. That's a good idea.
That's what I do for my videos that get blocked over on my channel too. Just put them on Patreon and say, "Oh, guys, go over there. Just click this link."
Nice.
That's a good idea. How's everyone doing? How's the chat doing? You guys ready for this?
Yeah, chat. How excited are you for this song? Because I gotta tell you, they didn't exactly spoil me, but they both said, "I'm gonna like this one more than the other ones." Do you agree, chat? I'm seeing a lot of people saying that, like, you know, they got some heavy ass shit at the end of the album here.
You know what? I think you're gonna be split. I think you might like it, but you're not gonna love it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
See, for me, I feel like every single one of the new songs topped the 4 songs that were already out for me.
Ooh. So you like the B-sides better?
I guess so.
And Mirror Mirror.
Yeah.
Or were they intentionally saving those so they could blow us away at the album drop? I don't know.
There's a lot of comments of people saying that they're like, "Oh, this is BABYMETAL," but I argue that it's in the same theme of the whole entire album. It doesn't really it doesn't go away from the theme. I'm not going to even say anything. Let's just go ahead.
You're talking specifically about Mirror Mirror?
Yeah. Like a lot of people think it's back to BABYMETAL or old BABYMETAL. I don't think it is. I think it's a different thing, and it follows the theme of the album. But let's go and watch it before I say anything else.
Yeah,
there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit I got to say about this. So let's go ahead and pull this up. And make sure you go subscribe to Champ's channel, because he's probably going to do an extra 40-minute reaction to it afterwards also.
It's very likely. Unless it sucks, then I'm not going to do anything.
That's the beauty about this. Honestly, we can react to the same thing like over and over again, because like there's always something different you can focus in on, or like, get laser focus about it.
Yeah. Also, I feel like when you do a group reaction, you get like a different, it's sort of like a different focus than when you're doing a solo reaction.
True.
Yeah. Agreed. fix this stupid thing here, and then we'll be ready
Perfect.
to go. There, get you guys in here. There we go. Got a
Okay,
little-
baby, let's go. Let's do it.
All right, let me make sure musicians, you guys can hear it. All right.
It's
there
a
we go.
lyric video, right?
Yes, official lyric video.
Okay. Holy shit. Hey, can you pause?
Okay. I wasn't sure when you
All
wanted
right.
me to, so I was like, oh, I'll wait.
Well, I could have asked you to pause like 13 times before this, I think, but I was waiting until we got through the chorus. Yo, man, I mean, it's definitely the coolest riff on the album so far. That intro riff, I think, like,
Yeah,
not
I
even
agree.
close. The time signatures they're using over there. I mean, it's really kind of unique sounding. And it just sounds crisp too, crisp and like edgy. You know, like it just sounds so cool. And then when we got into the verse there, man, I mean that this is fucking fast. This is a fast ass song. Some fast drumming, some fast guitar work underneath. This is I don't know if I would say that it reminds me of older Baby Metal completely, but I definitely do get a little bit more of that sort of out of the box vibe
Yeah.
that old Baby Metal kind of had more than, like, let's say like Monochrome and Divine Attack, where I think that they're like a little bit more mainstream sounding, a little bit more mature sounding. But this sounds just like fucking cool, man. I just like the vibe of it.
Yeah, I really like that riff, man. And I love how that riff like just keeps developing as the song goes on. You'll see right now. But
Don't you guys feel like that pre-chorus riff kind of sounds like the style of bass slapping but played on a guitar? The like really funky sounding.
it's very Polyphia-esque, I feel like.
Oh yeah,
but
very
with more
percussive.
I would say with more like kind of feeling, because all those slides in between are really cool on that riff.
I don't know if I noticed the pre-chorus so much. I'll listen to it more for that second time around.
Now, we are getting a warning, heads up. We've detected copyrighted audio and video on your stream. Your stream may be blocked. I don't know
Okay,
why.
we gotta wait till that goes away before you press
We gotta
play.
wait
then.
until that goes away. So,
Yeah, it looks like they're blocking some of these. That's weird, man.
I think it's a glitch. So for like Wave was saying his got blocked. Just try re-uploading, man. Just delete it all.
I did like 15 times.
15 times.
But I think the problem is I let too much. Like there was a section where I let it play for like a full minute and a half, and I think that might be the problem.
We just
Like,
did that.
I didn't pause enough. So yeah, that
I think we got to try to pause after each like part. Like
Okay.
verse, pause, pre-chorus, pause, chorus, pause. Delialax in the chat says it sounds kind of proggy, doesn't it?
It
Yes,
is.
I agree. Totally. 100%. That riff in the beginning is 100% prog metal.
So yeah, because right now, like I was saying earlier, it's keeping the theme of the album, but now you have a little bit of prog in this one. Like I feel like every song has a different element. you know,
Cool.
that wasn't introduced, kind of like Metal Kingdom, where it was like that big sound, you know, like
Stadium, arena.
Stadium, yeah. All right, we could play it again. It lets us. So
All right.
I'll make sure I pause after
One
30
section
seconds.
at a time.
All right, I'm gonna pause every 30 seconds, guys. Sorry,
Cool.
so we don't get blocked here.
This is right after the chorus.
Yeah, yeah. Here, let me back it up.
Can
Let
you
me
go back?
Yeah,
I was like, is this a new song? What just happened?
Right, it did. Oh, they can't even see the video. Well, that probably stopped us from getting blocked. Not seeing the
Oh
video.
my gosh, Chadwick has a good point.
Yeah.
Block's return with the release of the album. They let us promote them up until now.
Yeah.
Or it could be the opposite. What the other people are saying, that maybe it'll stop once the album is officially released tomorrow.
That's true.
I
thought the
like
album was
worldwide,
released.
you mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I thought it just dropped at midnight Japan time.
Because you said it was getting blocked everywhere except for Japan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that might be the problem.
See, I only released
I hope
one
so.
song. I don't know how you released it, Wave. Did you release all of them?
Well, I did both. I did all the new songs in one video, and then I did the Mirror Mirror lyric video, and they both got blocked the same way.
I have
So, I don't know.
nothing for you then. I have no clue
We'll,
why that
we'll figure it
happened.
out later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel bad, Wave. That sucks.
It's just a sick, nasty riff.
Oh, I don't want to pause it, but I have to. Oh.
It's dirty, bro. That was dirty drop right there.
Yeah, dude.
That was fucking heavy.
It's my favorite part of this song. My only.
Oh.
Let's just keep it going. Let's just
If you
keep
guys
it going.
like that, I don't want to be that guy, but if you guys like that, you're really gonna dig Metalism, I think.
Sick.
But,
I bro, that the drum work in that during that proggy riff is really nasty too. This is just definitely the most intrigued I am by the songs I've heard so far.
The cool
Can't
thing.
wait to see the Kami band play this.
Yes, yeah. Hey to see us.
Right.
It's not streaming on platforms yet. So
Okay, that explains it then. Okay, so it is a gradual release. Got it.
All right, take it back like 5 seconds. I want to hear that drop again.
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I had to pause. I was like, so you can get the full thing. Such a cool breakdown, man. And then it goes.
It's just
back to
fucking
the
brutal,
verse.
bro. It's hardcore. That's hardcore right there. And I don't mean like the word hardcore. I mean like the music, hardcore music, like that breakdown right there. It just reminds me of like, man, some of those older hardcore bands that would just, you know, that dun dun that thing, like it's
Yeah.
cool as hell. I don't think I've ever heard Baby Metal do that before.
I think who was the song that we were mentioning? It reminds me of elements of there's a really progressive song. The name just lost. I'll remember in a second. There's one that reminds me of, but like I said, it is a different thing, like for them, I think, on this one. But it does remind me of another song that's super, super progressive, and I can't remember the name of it. But anyways,
I think like it's more music. It's more like it like the musical aspect of it feels like really focused in this song. Like, pay attention to the instruments, guys. Like, we'll listen to the instruments here. And I feel like when they do that in most of their older music, it's more like you know, like Road of Resistance type songs where it's like it's more like I don't know, what would you call that song? Like, would you call it like technical power metal, like proggy power metal, something like
Which
that? I
one?
mean, it was, what?
Which one?
Like Road of Resistance.
That's like power metal. Yeah, that has a
Right?
power metal vibes.
This
But that
one
has
feels way more
progressiveness in it.
like if you took like the technicality of a song like that, but like you made it more proggy instead of it being more power metal-y. Like I can't recall Baby Metal being this proggy ever before. And like if you remember that song you're thinking of,
Tales of
let me know.
Destinies. Tales of Destinies. Thank you, Monster. That's what it was. That's a really proggy song, and it's way more proggy than this. And then you gotta remember Brand New Day with Polyphia. That's really proggy also. It has elements of that.
Polyphia
Did I
is
just completely miss that one?
Yeah, you might have, because Ryan
When did
didn't
it
know
drop?
about it either. The one they did with Polyphia, a long time ago. It was
Oh,
yeah, it was a while ago.
like before I knew Baby Metal then?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, champ.
No, it's okay. Let's go. This is awesome.
Can you guys read that?
No, I cannot read that. I actually,
good.
I like the lyric video. Like, I mean, I
Nope.
can read all the English stuff, but I like how they did the lyric video where it's like appearing on certain layers of it. Like, I thought that was really cool. I think it's right here. I love this part. How they make my wish
Oh,
come
yeah.
true. That's so cool. Like, I like
Forced
how they did that.
perspective.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
And like the Mai is like flying away on the ship or whatnot. It's a really good lyric video.
That is sick. I was like looking at it, just looked like designs to me. I forgot it was a lyric video.
It does.
I gotta say though, their lyric videos are so high effort. Like the way they like perfectly illustrate what you're hearing in the song.
Yeah.
Too. Like the soaring bird during the chorus where you feel like you're soaring, and then like the mirror artwork.
This is like
that looks like Disney.
This is like a $7,000 video, guaranteed. Like somewhere around that ballpark. That's how much these like go for. These kind of lyric videos.
Dang.
That
Yeah,
get
I'm sure they
intricate.
take a lot of time.
Yeah. If you notice right there, it says mirror, and you have the eyes looking back at you, like right at the end. It's very clever. Like, yeah, I gotta play it again. Like, it's really clever how they do it. You saw that?
Oh my god, these words are mirrored.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
middle.
yeah.
Is
They're
that
all
why I can't
mirrored.
read them.
Yeah. I just was reading them backwards. I guess
Still can't read them.
Yeah.
I think this
Looks like double, maybe.
That's Japanese though, right there, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Right here, it
Double
is.
tail.
I thought.
It looks like the first word is double, doesn't it?
Yeah.
On the top.
Here, let me
Yeah, she said double. I heard her
Okay.
saying.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
The dynamics are so great in the song. like the creating these valleys of the soft, clean guitar, and then coming back in with the huge drums and ripping guitars. So good.
That's it.
And that's it.
How
Oh, by the way-
long was that song?
It was almost 4 minutes, 3 minutes and 48
What?
seconds.
That flew by, bro. Oh my god.
Dude, we got some real lyrics here. Hijinks and Holly Monster said it was double toil and trouble, and then fire cauldron bubble.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Well,
The lyrics are also. Oh, I don't see them. They said it was under the video. I don't see any lyrics under the video, but either way, it's badass.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what else.
I can't wait to just listen to this
So,
album
Champ,
like fully.
what do you think, Champ? What's the verdict?
I mean, on first listen, it's one of the coolest baby metal songs I've heard on first listen. I freaking loved pretty much everything. Actually, pretty much everything about it. There was nothing about that I did not like. There was no parts of that I felt like were lacking or below par. Like that was, I thought it was nasty. I thought the guitar riff was nasty in the beginning, but that's not to take away from the really cool guitar riffs that are going on underneath the pre-chorus and the chorus. And I did listen to the pre-chorus the second time that came around, and like it's really cool, man. It actually kind of reminds me, the riffing in that part kind of reminds me of like karate, like the type of thing that they're doing, like the guitar riff work that they're doing in karate before the chorus comes up over there. I really love that too. I thought it's got a really hopeful, like positive sounding chorus, but like these brutal ass parts like that after the first chorus when we go, oh, and the arrangement itself was really cool too. It was like, you know, how often do you go from the first chorus into like a brutal ass breakdown?
Yeah.
You know, and then like after the second chorus, we were done.
Yeah,
We're done. Like everything happened between the first chorus and the second chorus. It was really cool. I really liked it a lot. It was definitely my favorite off the new album so far.
All right. That's high praise coming from Champ.
hell yeah.
I mean, it's not even a question. Like it's not even a question. I can't wait to
Nice.
actually like listen to this a couple more times and like break it down completely, because there's a lot of things in there that I feel like
Oh, there's a lot.
that I feel like you miss a lot the first time around, because it's impossible to pay attention to everything because everybody's doing shit in this one. You know, there's like no downtime.
Yeah, I was gonna say that breakdown. A part of my soul wanted a deep scream. I don't know why, like in Megasune or something like that. Part of me wanted like a deep, like guttural scream for that breakdown, but it was
That would
still
have been
badass.
cool.
It was still badass either way. It made me
I think that's
headbang.
one thing we might never get from Baby Metal. I'm okay with it, even though it would be if that ever does happen, that'll be like a Christmas gift. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
oh, I didn't know I was getting this year. Sweet.
Yeah.
I was like, but when that breakdown came in, I was like, fuck yes, yes.
Yeah, it was
Right?
cool. It was
Dude.
cool, man.
I like my melodic with heavy in between and stuff, you know, like I love that contrast. I love going from like this beautifully sung chorus to like, let me just bash your face into gravel now.
Yes. That's
Same.
exactly what I meant by dynamic, is they're
Yeah.
so good at creating those contrasts throughout the song.
100%. I'm with you guys 100%. Like that's my favorite kind of music, generally speaking, is like mellow
Yeah.
death metal. You know, and
Yeah.
like this, you add a little prog into the mellow death, and it's like you're speaking directly to my heart.
Exactly.
This was a lot of that, man. This is proggy. This was metal. This was catchy. The chorus was really like, and the parts where they did kind of take it down and get slow for a second, like really atmospheric. I felt like they felt super earned in those moments because of how heavy and fast other parts of the song were.
Yeah.
You know. So like if there's too much of that, I usually get bored, right? But they kept it short. They just added it when it needed to be there. I felt like that was like, I don't know, man. That was really, really good. That might have been my favorite song that they've written since their guitarist passed away. So I really like that.
Yeah, it had the
Cool.
vibes. I can hear that. Like it reminded me of like that Mikio-esque kind of thing with the lots of sliding with the guitar in between, because it did have like that percussive sound, but they put a lot of sliding in it, sliding in and out like you would hear Mikio do in previous songs. Of course,
yeah,
this one
exactly.
feels more calculated, but I enjoyed it overall.
It reminded me of some of his work. It really did. Like there was those moments of like, also the guitar tone sounded so good. I don't know if they changed it from the other ones, but like I thought it sounded awesome in this one. And let's not discredit that there's a really cool ass synth riff going on through that whole chorus. That it can almost get lost in the shuffle because there's so much going on during that part, especially with the vocals, with the elongated words that she's singing.
It's arpeggiating underneath it, and it's filling up the sound really well. Really
yes.
well. I like it.
And if you were to isolate that, I bet that riff it sounds really fucking cool too.
Yeah.
Because it kind of has the same vibe as the proggy guitar riff in the beginning.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more like catchy sounding, I guess.
I think I isolated in my reaction. I can't remember. I remember talking about it, how it's like arpeggiating behind it and filling it up. But
yeah, Pajmic in the chat says he used a word that I think is like a really good word to use. He says that the previous singles were more accessible, and I agree with that. Like I think like sometimes people say like like mainstream or something along those lines. Accessible is the perfect word, because I think that people that are not necessarily huge fans of metal can listen to like a Monochrome and be like, ooh, this is something that I really like, and I like that for them. But since I already like baby metal, I don't need to be accessible. I don't need accessibility anymore. This is the least accessible song by far that they've released off this album for like new listeners. But for somebody that loves when they do this stuff, man, this is my baby metal. This is like when I like baby metal the most.
Nice. Yeah, that's so true. Even Rosie liked Monochrome.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It makes sense because it's got more of like a hard rock element to it that like people that are not necessarily super into the because like the time signatures in the beginning, especially, like that could throw people off right away. Right. That guitar riff with the drum, it's like basically a whole drum fill through the guitar riff in the beginning, and to me that's cool as fuck, but to like new listeners they might be like, what the hell, where's my 4/4 beat,
yeah. Where's my gentle soft chorus?
Yeah. Yeah, and you guys are right in the chat. They've definitely done some other proggy stuff. TOTD is you're right. That's the perfect example. That is a super proggy song. But that was a while ago. What was that? When they released that album? 3-4 years ago? Something like that. So it feels fresh again.
Guys, we missed something. Thank you, Undead Ninja, for joining the GG.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Welcome to the channel.
I kept telling myself to remember to say it, and I
I know. I kept scrolling up so I didn't forget.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Speaking of memberships, though, real quick, we're giving away something to our members on Sunday. So you want to tell them about that? Because perfect set. Well, we'll talk about baby metal more right now because I want to hear what Wave has to say. But you have what, a hat and.
Yeah, so I did go. We're going to talk about NEMOPHILA in a second, but just to start us off here, I did go to the show on Monday in New York City, and one of our awesome supporters, David, was there. We hung out most of the night, and he was generous enough to buy a NEMOPHILA hat and one of the signed postcards from the show. If you can see, it's got their signatures on it and stuff, and they look mad cute. It's a cool little hat too, and I got to tell you guys ate up all the merch in Dallas before they got to New York, because by the time they got to New York, there was like nothing available. It was like triple X and double X shirts, and then like that's it. So after you guys told me that they bought all that merch, everybody bought all their merch over in Dallas, I was like, oh my god, are we going to get any? And the answer was not really. They had nothing left. But good on them, man. They sold out like their entire merch supply on this tour, so really proud of them. But anyway, we're going to be giving this away on Sunday during the show. Thank you, David, once again. I saw him in the chat earlier, but I think he took off. But we'll shout him out again. This will go out to a winner on Sunday.
Yeah, thank you, David.
Sweet.
All right, Wave, What? Go ahead. Overall thoughts on the new song by Baby Metal?
Well, I mean, this one shot to the top of my list for this whole album, and it really didn't move. Like the riffs in it just shocked me so much how rhythmic, especially that pre-chorus riff, that just got me because it was so rhythmic and syncopated and funky that it was just like really grabbed me by the ears and like holy crap. Okay, they are definitely saving some stuff that they've been keeping close to the chest, and now they're letting it out. And I was shocked when I heard this song. It might have been because it was later at night and I was kind of tired and in a loopy mindset, but like it really hit me hard and I loved it.
I think you're right. And saying it's rhythmic, that's what I was kind of like trying to allude to when I said it reminds me sort of like the riff in Karate before the chorus, because that's what I've always thought of that riff too. Like it's a super rhythmic but heavy section. And that's where I kind of relate this back to their older music a little bit. It has that vibe. Even Gimme Chocolate has that, you know? Gimme Chocolate's got a very rhythmic but heavy ass riff that kind of like drives the song. And I feel like you got that in this. So I do see why some people are saying that it reminds them of some older Baby Metal stuff, but there's definitely a lot of new elements to it that I feel like we haven't really heard too much with them in this one.
There's a lot less new metal influence on these songs, like that compared to in the past, in my opinion. What drug me into them more. This is more like they're leaning into the modern metal sound. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like on this song. It's very modern metal. The way that
they stopped listening to Nickelback.
I also got to say that the mix itself, like the sound of the guitars and the sound of the synthesizer, the heavy fatness of the drum kit, like it all was freaking, I don't know. I just really dug the whole sound of it. It all came together, and they always have great production, but when they do it like with the proggy heavy metal stuff, I feel like it just pleases my ears, man.
Yeah. Somebody.
Hey, Kurt, coming in with the $49.99. Kurt 808 $49.99 super chat.
Thank
you,
man.
Kurt.
Yes,
he just wanted to send us a little celebration pose over here. Nothing to say.
So
just wanted to be a generous guy. Kurt,
thank
you're the
you
man,
so much,
bro.
Kurt. Yeah, Kurt is awesome. He was our line buddy in Seattle for the first Bandmade show, last year's tour.
Oh, hell yeah.
The super awesome guy. Thank you so much.
And he was in my chat yesterday also helping me pay my bills. So, Kurt, you rule, bro.
God damn. You crazy man. Crazy. Thank you so much.
We're going to call the $49.99 super chat the Kurt Dono. I like that chat.
Yeah. that's his name change for. I got to ask this because I'm going to listen to the other songs after this stream or shortly afterwards. But Wave, you heard the rest of the album, and after hearing the rest of the album, is this still you said this is still your top favorite out of all of them?
Well, I'm afraid to spoil anything, but I think there was one other song that may have topped it for me.
Well, which one was that? You can spoil
Metalism.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I've heard. People said in my chat too. They're like, "Wait until you hear Metalism." I'm like, "Damn!" With a name like that, it better deliver because Ryan Muir is gonna be pissed if it doesn't.
A name like Smuckers.
I kind of remember listening to Metalism on the what was that thing where they show like the sample tracks? Yeah, the teaser album thing. That was the one that had like the Egyptian. It was in an Egyptian scale, right?
Like the Middle Eastern.
Well, yeah, I remember the Mirror Mirror clip, like when she sings Mirror Mirror. Like I remember that as like a sample too for some reason. Like, came to my mind.
Yeah, and this one was on that Egyptian scale for a part of it at least too, right? Like during the pre-chorus, pre-chorus,
maybe.
I'm almost positive. Like I was listening to it, and it was when the guitar was underneath like it wasn't the focus anymore. You know, when they kind of like dropped it down like volume wise in the song, it wasn't as loud as other parts of the song. I was like, this sounds like the Egyptian scale. And then I was remembering Metalism. I was like, that one's definitely in the Egyptian scale. I was really looking forward to that one. Thinking maybe they've like really found like a little home on that scale right now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of metal uses like the harmonic minor and Byzantine and stuff like that has those half tones and then like whole half tones that give it that flavor. And definitely Metalism has a lot of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
But I don't want to spoil. It's just a combination of two of my favorite things, or three of my favorite things, which is what you're just talking about, those like Middle Eastern sounding scales, awesome guitar work, and I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to say the third.
Just say it.
Okay.
It's fine.
I was a huge dubstep fan back in 2010, and that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil it.
Hey, they've had dubstep sounding stuff in the past, so it's all good.
What song is that? That's like a really they've definitely had some really cool like dancey vibes to some of their synth riffs, and they make their synth riffs sound heavy too, which I always appreciate.
They're always heavy, which is
heavy ass synth riffs, and you don't get a lot of heavy synth riffs out there, you know. So I always appreciate Baby Metal for that.
Hell yeah. Is there any other last words you guys want to say before we move on to NEMOPHILA Rise?
No, I don't think so. I really, really liked it. That was a perfect first listen, I think, for me.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right.
Glad you liked it, man.
Will he like NEMOPHILA Rise? Actually, I've only heard a song twice, so like I've already kind of forgot what it sounded like.
You know what's funny? I can't remember which song it was because it was late last night, but one of the songs on the new album actually sounded structure-wise like something NEMOPHILA would make, like the drums and guitar, which was really interesting. I can't remember which song it is off the top of my head, but
if you figure it out, let us know, because I pretty much like anything that sounds like NEMOPHILA at this point.
Yeah, same. All right, NEMOPHILA.
dang.
Forgot how amazing the song is.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Grab you by the balls and make you pay attention.
She's the best, bro. Nobody sounds like her, man.
Right.
Nobody sounds like her. It's crazy. She sounds like a fucking pterodactyl, dude. And people have been saying that about screams forever. Oh my god, this screams like a pterodactyl. No. This is actually sounding like a pterodactyl.
My question is, who has heard a pterodactyl?
That's a good point. That's a great point there, Wave.
Can't believe I just saw them.
I know. I'm insanely jealous of you guys right now.
Oh, dude. Oh, it's the best. It's the best. Wave.
I like the cadence that she's doing a lot in this chorus too, man. When she switched to those like doubles, like da 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 da. It's cool. It just sounds good.
I just love this band.
Is this the one that has the guy painting?
Yeah. And he's like starts rocking out halfway through. They showed him already a little bit. I love that wink that she does right there.
Yeah, they're good at that. They do that in Dissension too when they're
It's like Anabi. She does that. She does that like wink. I just realized that Mayu does the same thing right there.
little falsetto there.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Mirror.
It's a mirror theme.
We got mirror themed double reactions.
and a hardcore breakdown in the middle too.
Yeah. Oh,
Damn.
Holy crap, those solos.
I fucking
Yeah,
love
I mean,
NEMOPHILA so much, man. Like
aren't they such a great throwback to like
Yes.
2004, man?
They really are, and I'm all
Like
here
they
for
sound
it.
so much like those 2000, like those early 2000 metal, like what would you call that? Like new metal, but sort of like metal,
They
like
have-
like death metal.
I
They
think
have
that's when I was
new
listening to the Jonas
metal,
Brothers.
and they have modern metal, and it's like you got metalcore elements randomly. Like,
Yeah, it's like this perfect harmony of like taking like today's new age sound and just like, you know, having
Yeah.
that throwback 2004 to 2007 era
yeah.
metal too. I just love
It's
all
so
of it together.
nostalgic. It is very nostalgic. That's probably why I love it so much. Like I'm telling you, NEMOPHILA comes out with a couple more albums like they've been doing. It's gonna be my favorite band, hands down. They're taking Maximum Hormone's place for me. I'm not even messing with you guys.
If they leave you
Like-
that much space, someone's got to fill it.
Yep. NEMOPHILA is
That's
taking
true.
MTH's throne.
That's true, man.
Really
I mean, they're
quickly.
at this point, like they are, I think. They're probably, you know, in the scene right now.
Yeah.
I think Bandmate is like my favorite rock band.
Yeah.
And NEMOPHILA is my favorite metal band.
Yeah. They're
Like just right now in
they
general.
feel like my new MTH. This is like what MTH would possibly do. I mean, they're a little bit crazier. They go more drastically off the rails, but I don't know. It's just they haven't came out with anything new, so I don't know. I really like NEMOPHILA. That's why I'm like, can't wait to hear a third album and then a fourth album. Now I'll be like, all right. And they're doing it
me
every
too,
year, right?
Yeah.
So
I also love I'm sorry, were you still talking?
no, go for it.
At the Dallas show, I think it was, Haraguchi-san was wearing a System of a Down shirt,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which was like the first rock metal band that I ever heard in middle school. And I just thought that was really cool. Also, the song I was trying to think of was Believing. That kind of reminded me of NEMOPHILA on the new Baby Metal album.
Oh,
So-
okay.
You know what's so funny about what you just said there, Wave? I was talking on my stream yesterday about how when I was younger, I like shit all over System of a Down because for being like this pop metal. I was like that gatekeeper guy that was like, they're not metal, man. They're just being like, this is like pop with metal elements. Ooh, look at them. and now as I'm older, I realize like how freaking amazing of a band they actually were.
I love
Right?
System of a Down, man.
But then, but it's so funny to hear you say that because I realize now, obviously, that like people like you were able to get sort
Oh,
of
yeah.
like a door opened for them towards that area.
They're
that
my
wouldn't have been there.
accessible band.
They're exactly, which is funny too, because they're like barely accessible when you like really listen to the music.
Accessible.
Toxicity,
but they
so
are
poppy.
like,
Okay, I'm thinking. So I got into when like Sugar came out.
yeah, and which is crazy. It's a crazy ass song, right? Even their first, what was that? What was their big hit that came out first? Chop Suey,
Chicken Stew.
right? Chop Suey came out, and it was like, what was it? Grandma should put on a little makeup. That song, and like
Pepperoni, ugly peppers, which is on the chest.
yeah, and it's ridiculous. It's so inaccessible, yet it was so good that it got hugely popular and opened this door for all of these non-metalheads to start liking metal. So like, yeah, it's just so funny to hear you say that because I was just talking about that.
What kid wouldn't want to listen to a song about pizza?
It's all about brainwashing advertising.
Yes. And I had no idea what that meant back then. I was just like, oh, pizza.
And all I heard was grandma. Grandma.
I'm not gonna lie, Wave, when I first heard it, I was like, I still love pizza. When I heard it, I'm like, fuck yeah. And then I got older and I'm like, oh, it's about toxic advertising. I'm like, oh, okay.
I guess it worked.
I guess it worked. Anyways, let's finish this song off. Here. I'm gonna back it up a little bit.
Look inside a mirror of you. Can you say now with the best of who you are? 心の奥の奥で叫び続けた不完全な明日歩けば We're such a waste of bars. There's so many ways past by mistakes, but we can take the only one we are.
Oh, that's great.
Fucking
sick.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's just fucking nasty, bro. Like all of their songs.
It's just so good. It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. I can't
so
wait
good.
for more. I can't not fucking wait for more, man.
Did you guys know that the what's the other guitarist name? Not Hazuki. The other one.
I'm sorry, say it again. Azuki.
The other guitarist in the band in NEMOPHILA, not Hazuki. Saki. Okay. Did you know that she screams?
No.
Because like live, she was doing some screaming, man. Like when Maya was doing some of the clean work, she would do some background screams.
She didn't have them.
And I was.
Are you sure it wasn't Hazuki that did the screams? Or
yeah, Hazuki was on the other side.
Maya?
Haraguchi did some singing too, but I don't remember Saki.
Well, they all had a mic in front of them, but no, because at
okay.
some point Saki actually even announced something before they went into that medley.
That's right. You're right.
And like while she did the announcement, she screamed the announcement.
That's right.
And I was like, oh shit.
Stage?
That's right.
Yeah, when Maya was off stage.
I don't remember her doing that in Dallas, but yeah,
I was really surprised. It was the one time that there was no music and we just got to hear her do just a regular scream, like an announcement scream, like "Here we go with," and I was like, "Oh shit, she's got it."
Oh,
that's badass.
Dude, Saki's so cool. I was watching Javelin's video from Dallas, and I think it was Dallas, but Saki during hypnosis was just like grooving and shaking her hips. I was like, dang.
Yeah,
like I've never seen her like open up like that before. She usually seems so shy and reserved on videos, you know?
Yeah, were really, really like feeling it when I went to see them. They didn't feel reserved at all.
Well, here, we got a clip. Let's play this.
Oh
yeah, this is Style. I took this and I'm kind of far back on but I just wanted you guys to know like how fucking brutal this band sounds live. Like the records do not do them justice for how heavy they are.
Yeah. Fuck yes. Oh, so good.
Oh yeah, there she is.
Yeah, see, she's grooving.
That's exactly what I was talking about. That's perfect.
You got way better sound, champ. Way better sound.
Right, listen to how heavy this gets here.
Oh, why did it stop? I wanted to keep going.
I was too in the groove, man. I couldn't record the whole time.
Yeah,
I was like, you know,
oh.
like I put it up for like 30 seconds at a time, like 3 times, and then I was like, no, I gotta just like the whole building was rumbling the whole time, dude.
That's one of my
From the
favorite
first
songs.
note that they hit, it felt like the Gramercy Theater was going to collapse. I was surprised because, like, to me, you know, they are from their albums, like they obviously have mellow death, you know, they're mostly mellow death to me.
Damn
But
it. Should've went to New
but
York.
they sound a little more poppy, like a little more catchy on the albums, and then live they turn up the brutality, bro. Like they just become this hardcore death metal band, and it's fucking cool. I was not expecting it to be like that.
Dude, it sounded good. Dude, you have way better sound than we had. That sounded pretty good.
That was like 5 songs in or something, I think. And I was telling these guys earlier that, like, they did have a little bit of a sound issue on the first song, where I couldn't, during Seas of Fate, I couldn't really tell what they were playing. It sounded really jumbled. But then the guys that work at Gramercy, they did a great job. They walked around, they mic'd different things. I saw them at the sound area, just like messing with shit.
In that clip, you see somebody walk around checking stuff. So when we saw them in Dallas, nobody did that. Nobody came out to fix mics or do anything.
They were doing that all night long. Like during almost every song, you would see somebody come out and like rearrange something just to make sure. There was even a guy that was in control specifically of moving wires out of the way. I was like, they're doing a good job over here.
That's good. I mean, some people are saying the bass was still pretty high at that show, but just from that clip that we heard, it sounded way more tame. I mean, way more tame than what we had. Like, it was really brutal what we heard. I mean, we didn't give a fuck because we're watching NEMOPHILA. So I want to see him again. I want to go to another show. I so wish I was in New York with you. I was like, I want to see another one.
It was a great place to see him.
Yeah, I should have went to New York. Fuck.
Yeah, it looked like it. I want to invest in like some strap-on phone holders that like hold your phone right here so you can watch the show and like your phone records what you're seeing.
Bro, that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that.
And then you're not blocking anyone because it's like right here.
I'm gonna do that.
Because then you can enjoy the show in real time and enjoy it later.
Yo, are you guys reading this chat? Like they're all saying what I was saying. See, I didn't know that they were talking about this. I haven't heard any interviews, but Mayo said it was shaking so much at the end of the concert that all their equipment was in completely different locations. Which I 100% believe, because I think that's part of what those guys were doing, was like moving their shit back to the position. Because I'm not exaggerating, dude. This was one of the heaviest concerts I've ever. I just saw Flesh God Apocalypse 2 weeks ago in the same place. They did not shake the building like NEMOPHILA did. Flesh God fucking Apocalypse. If you don't know who they are, they're brutal.
Listen, that's too loud though. That you should not be. I mean, I understand they're heavy band, but it should not have been that loud. That's like,
no, it was great, dude. It was an experience.
No, because if you did not have earplugs, you guaranteed had ear damage. You had
or if you're not in the back row,
irreversible. You definitely had some ear damage for sure. 100% permanent too, because those were at the decibel levels that you cannot handle. I was worried with earplugs in. I'm like, dude, I might walk away like but luckily I was fine. I looked at Ryan and his son, and I was like, they're like, everything's muffled. We can't hear anything right now. Like, fuck
Oh, dude,
Christ.
I decided the day that I bought my 5150 that my ears were gonna be shot, and I just accepted it from that point forward.
You're
so
fucking crazy. If I did not have earplugs, I would have had to walk out of the show. I would have left. I'm so happy I had earplugs. I know better now. I bring them everywhere I go. Fuck, I wear earplugs in a mall. I just like, yeah. I don't take chances, because you could even.
Ears
in a
are
mall-
valuable.
Yeah. But it doesn't need to be that loud. Come on. Like, they could have turned it down. The amp should not be shaking away from you,
I gotta
They
tell you,
weigh
like
100 pounds.
I mean, it should not be
but the
doing
way
that.
it was, I think it's part the way that the place is designed, because it's like it's just this box, right, with this kind of like slowly elevating.
I get what
like,
you're saying,
floor.
but it happened in Dallas too. I don't know where else it happened. LA peeps, let me know. The ones that with LA, was it the same way? I don't know. But-
Yeah, but I mean, I will. Yes, it was very loud. I cannot deny how loud it was. But I listen. I turned to my son about, halfway through the concert, right? And he is, he likes like anime music a lot, right? But he's not super big into metal. But at one point, I turned around and he was banging his head, and he looked at me, and I said, "What do you think of this?" And he goes, "Dude, they're so much better live." And I was like, okay. So like, even
Nice.
though he's not super into the metal, the fact that they went really brutal metal during the show, he actually got into. Like, he liked it even more that they did that. So, it's just people
Literally-
headbanging the whole time.
Literally, when Tamu did the double kicks, I just remember literally it felt like this. Like the whole time, like I was like, and I
Just
could
getting
feel
punched
the
in the
punch.
chest.
It felt like somebody was just punching me over and over again. I was like, holy shit! I've never felt that ever at any concert.
It was like that. It was like that. You definitely felt. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe not necessarily the kick drum. I didn't, because you mentioned that the kick drum was like way louder than everything else at
Oh,
your
yeah.
Dallas show.
Oh yeah.
The whole drum kit was loud. Like, it wasn't the kick drum that was
when
standing
she would
out.
do a Tom Phil, I was like, uh-oh, here it comes, because I know when the Tom Phils are coming, and then she does a, I'm like, oh fuck, just get blasted. But
Oh,
it is
that's-
what it is.
that's crazy. That actually sounds really fun to play, though. Like
Mm.
drums that are that boosted, and when you
Yeah.
hit it, you can feel it like in your
Oh.
bum.
Everyone felt it, man. But
yeah.
I gotta say, you know what? It's making us talk about it, right? So
Yeah,
whatever.
true.
whatever, at that point.
Well, and I'm 100% positive on it. Like, I loved the experience of going to see this band, because I feel like sometimes when you do see bands like live, that you've only heard the record version of, especially bands that are like metal-ish, like sometimes they're not as metal, or
Yeah.
sometimes you can't hear everything that's going on because just the production or whatever is better on the album, so it's kind of hard to differentiate what's happening with certain riffs or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, where are they in the song? And I felt like that for the first song, but again, I just want to give them so much credit for fixing the sound after the first song, because after
That's
that,
cool.
it really felt like you heard their own style. It was heavy and it was brutal, but you could hear everything that was going on.
That was doable. Like what we just listened to. Okay, like I'm all for loud, but like not obnoxiously loud. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Well-
look at the rock stars who are deaf now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's sad.
true.
I want to
It's true.
continue mixing and playing music.
Same.
I don't know, but yeah. So just some advice for y'all when you go to NEMOPHILA concert: definitely make sure you have earplugs. 100%.
It might be a good idea. You might want a heart monitor too, just in case.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was crazy, man. Like, it really felt like pounding. I was like, I mean, I've always felt it. I've been to shows where they're so loud and you feel the bass kind of push out. I remember when I heard Chevelle, and this was outside, and you still feel it like fucking pushing on your chest. But this was like punching. Like this is like knocking it in. Like hello heart.
Let me in.
Let
Yeah,
me in.
right.
Like, you could have used that. Like if I was like had a cardiac arrest, you could just play the kick drums to like try to get me back to life or something. It would have totally worked.
Open
Yeah.
the door.
And let me just say, like, and I decided to sit all the way in the back. Like you could see from that video where I was behind the soundboard. I was probably only like 5 rows from the very back of the venue, right? And I was risen as much as the venue gets, like, you know, because every row rises a little bit. So I was pretty much as far as you can get, and it was still just heart pounding the whole time. I can't imagine what it would have been like if you're down in the pit right in front of them right there, dude. It must have been just absolutely
Ryan
nuts.
and I were right there. That was so cool. But is NEMOPHILA playing any more shows? Is that the last one?
That was the last one in America.
Fuck, man. Hurry up and come back.
Dude, why do they hate the Midwest? Everyone hates the Midwest. No one wants to come here.
You could have came to Dallas, man. I thought you were gonna come to Dallas.
That's like 24-hour drive. I'm not driving to friggin' Dallas.
You know, I can't say anything.
We only have one car right now, and Rosie needs it.
I drove 10 hours.
Yeah. And Dragonfly's right. They had crowd surfing in NYC too. It was the first time I've seen crowd surfing at a concert in a
What the hell's up
while.
with that? Like, I thought there was gonna be a mosh pit at the end of that NEMOPHILA concert in Dallas. I was so excited, I could feel it, but it was just me and Eric bumping into each other, and I was scared to do it. I was scared to like start bumping into other people because I'm like, everybody was like really focused, and I'm like, oh, I guess I won't mosh. I don't think anybody wanted to mosh at that show, but yeah, people were telling me crowd surfing for New York. That's
There was a lot. It went on for like an hour. People crowd surfing.
With a band like NEMOPHILA, moshing is to be expected, and crowd surfing,
Right.
100%. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I get it with Bandmade because it's more of hard rock style. I could totally see it not happening, but it's NEMOPHILA. They have metal riffs. Like, we have.
It was cool though. I mean, there was a pit. It was a small pit. I mean, everyone there. They're kind of respectful of the band to the point where like it seems like they'd rather not mosh because they'd rather just pay attention to what the instrumentalists are doing and stuff. You know, like the people seem like really hyper focused on watching them like play their solos and shit like that, you know? So I feel like the lack of moshing is almost like a respect thing for the band. But
for solos,
people were
I completely
fun.
understand though. Like, yeah, like there's moments of moshing. I'm not saying like full on fucking circle pit the entire song. This isn't like Lamb of God, you know, like it's constant metal. Like this is why I love bands like NEMOPHILA. It's like you can stand there and enjoy like the complexity of the music, but then they'll get down where you can start getting in the pit, and then you come out of the pit and enjoy some more complexity. Like I love bands like that where it's like you could do both, you know, you can sit there and enjoy it. You can also go fucking get some energy out, release some demons. You know, I don't know. That's why I like that style of music. You get like up and down. This is the reason. That's why I love heavy to mellow to heavy. Like it's enjoyable for me. It's just my thing. So.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And you know, just to do a little comparison of the two bands, because like this was really interesting for me because I've seen probably hundreds of shows at this point. It's not like I've kept count, but I'm probably in the 100 area, right? And out of all of the bands that I've seen, this is probably only the 4th time I think that I've ever seen a band play by themselves and not bring people with them or use local bands to open up for them. And Bandmade did the same thing, right? So I found it super interesting that Bandmade came over here and they were just a solo. They just played for 2 hours by themselves. And NEMOPHILA came over here, just played for 90 minutes by themselves. But when I saw Flesh God a couple weeks ago, they had 2 German bands with them. They're an Italian band, and they had a Finnish band with them also, right? So it was like, that's what I'm used to. But this was really cool to just see, like, you know, both Bandmade and NEMOPHILA just go out for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and play all their music. I loved that format. I think I might be even more on board with that than seeing like 4 bands at a time.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a whole new dynamic that would really push bands to make sure that they build up an audience and a crowd. You know, like, for example, my band Dichotic would have to make sure, like, there's a core base that wants to actually see us live. And it would be a little bit trickier, and we have to be more cautious, but that could work because I think we're done with the whole opening up, and that's how you get discovered anyways. So the way I look at it, yeah, you're going to have to do stuff on YouTube, do stuff on social media to get bigger, and then you can move on and be like, okay, guys, we're doing a show here, and I think that's going to be the best way to go about it. So I agree with you. Maybe doing it that way is the best, because if you think about it, BABYMETAL and NEMOPHILA, they got big through social media, and they have a hardcore following through social media, so it makes sense that they're doing it solo because they know the numbers that they're going to get, where back in the day you don't really know. Like, you don't know if people are going to like it or not. Internet lets you have a precursor to if you're going to like the band, I think. And I think you can get away with doing those solo kind of like projects or those solo shows by yourself.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it probably has something to do with it. I do feel like I thought like most of the reason that they would do that, like they would just like bring on local bands. Like I'm surprised they didn't just like bring in a local band to open. You know what I mean? Because like I've just been to so many shows where they're just like, yeah, here's this unknown band that nobody's ever heard of. You know?
No, I think they just decided not to because they already knew the audience they're getting. They already knew they're gonna have.
Yeah,
but I would argue Dallas could have benefited probably from having an opening band because it wasn't packed. So, thank you for the super chat, Exit 13. I really appreciate it. He said, "Thanks for the recap. Love this band." Michael, it does look like the super chat's working. I'm not sure why it's not working for you, man, but I appreciate the thought, dude. Thank you for your support. It means a lot. You just watching.
Yeah, and hey, Michael, next time we're at a show together, feel free to come say hi, buddy.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, what we were talking about with, so it makes sense to do it by yourself these days because you can dictate what your audience is going to be. Well, not dictate. You know what your audience is going to be from the numbers and stuff you see on social media.
True, for sure.
Yeah, I just don't. It's weird that Dallas wasn't like sold out. I thought there would be a lot more, but I guess it's. But you know what? In Texas, I could be wrong on this, but I think the style of metal that NEMOPHILA plays is more of a Northeast and like West Coast kind of thing. That style of metal, because with Dichotic, we play a very progressive style of metal and doesn't go over too well in Texas as much as it would in like New York, So.
Yeah, definitely. I think the New York crowd was very much ready to see a NEMOPHILA. This is the type of shit that, like I said, when we were listening to Rise, this is the type of shit we were listening to over here, bro. Like,
yeah,
for like a decade, this was our jam. So they came over here and they brought it back for us. Gotta love them for it.
Yeah. Oh man. Anything else you want to mention about the concert or?
Not really. Like the one thing that I will say, like, just because the two bands that came over from Japan in the last year that I saw, just to compare, the BABYMETAL show, the songs when they played their songs sounded way more like the album versions of the songs when they played them, while the NEMOPHILA songs sounded like almost like a heavier version of every song. And like I know I kind of alluded to that before, but like
it's because of the mix.
It really did feel like that.
I think it was because of the mix. I think BABYMETAL had their sound way more under control. They did a much better job with their sound, I think. Well, minus LA. LA was a little dodgy, but it got better and better as the tour progressed. That's how I felt. I felt like every time I went to a concert, it got cleaner, tighter, mix was better. It was a little weird at the Nickelodeon place, but that's because it was a huge open area, so there's only so much.
Still the weirdest show I've ever been to.
Yeah,
it was the weirdest venue I've ever gone to for a show. But like, it's not even close.
Yeah, that was weird. That was very strange. One of the weirdest days for me, also.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got for you.
All right, that was it, man. That was a fun conversation. I was really excited to talk to you about that. So hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I don't know what I'm saying now. Like this video if you haven't.
But go ahead and come back on Sunday if you want a chance to win the Nemo hat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Quick update. just to mention that, yeah, every Sunday we go live at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, you're going to be seeing a lot more individual update videos, kind of keeping you guys more updated on the bands and everything throughout the week. We're going to be posting a lot more. Wave and I are going to be like putting out some updates and we're going to stay more on top of it. So we're doing that. And if you do want notifications on your favorite Japanese bands, check out our Discord. And we do this competition thing also where we have battle the bands and then you win some merch. Otto's just won some merch recently from our Baby Metal poll thing. You want to explain that a little bit better than I can? Jam.
Oh yeah, we have a battle of the songs competition every couple months. We do something like that. Next one might not be a battle of the songs, might be a battle of the bands, something along those lines. But the last one was Baby Metal songs, and Otto won that, so he's going to be the receiver of the merch. So the merch reward that you get.
Yeah. Free
yeah,
merch.
because we did a for the brackets. It's a whole bracket, almost like a Sweet 16, like March Madness type of bracket thing, and we have the ability for you to write in who you think your projections are going to be for the winners, and he came the closest, so he was the winner last time.
I think we should do NEMOPHILA next. We'll talk about it after this podcast, but
We might, it might be the move.
I think it's
That might be the
fitting
move.
to do NEMOPHILA next. Anyways, guys, you guys stay awesome. See you later.
Adios, guys.
Thanks, everyone.